So, namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. So this is Dharma's Easy Flow that I'll be presenting. Really excited about this flow, and it's really, really nice. It's very versatile in that you can adjust up and down according to your level, but it's a really nice one to teach to anybody who's, who doesn't have a very advanced practice or whatever, they can modify it. So I'll give some indications how to do that as well. And so this one is a standard one that you should be able to do in like about 30 to 40 minutes. So it's a really complete practice. Even in just 30 minutes, you can do this, 30 to 40 minutes. So we will do that. And then if you want to join again 11, of course, it's not necessary, but if you want the extended version, I'll show you how you can extend it to make it last an hour. So it's the same Zoom link, so you can just sign on again after this one class is over if you want to do it. Again, no pressure whatsoever. So on that note, let's begin. Hi, Morgan. Nice to see you. So let's begin. Seated tall and straight. Close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Before creation and beyond the ends of this universe, what existed? It was God, who was always there and who always will be there in the midst of it all. Attune to that highest supreme consciousness now. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So let's come to standing now. So we'll start off with a warm up. Let me see, I just have to. I've got to turn on my spotlight. Okay. So let's begin. First, stand the hands at the heart center, close the eyes, and to just embrace that whole idea of offering. From the heart, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in God all throughout the practice, and may all the benefits go out to reach all beings everywhere. Release the arms now, stand feet about 10 inches apart, and then just start to swing from side to side. Feel as though the arms are heavy ropes, just hitting the body. Try to turn all the way around. You can go faster if you like, or you can go slower. If you want to go faster, you want to just start to shake your shoulders and feel as though the arms were dead. And just allow the arms to hit the body any which way. And then we'll start to slow that down. And then plant your hands on the hips. Head rotations. Start to roll the head in circles. Try to see the floor in all the directions as the head moves around. Try and touch the ears, the shoulders, the chin on the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. And then switch the rotation as the direction of rotation. Move gracefully all throughout. And release. So we're going to take the left foot forward and the right foot back, a little bit of distance between the feet. If you have any shoulder issues, you can support your shoulder with your left hand across the chest. Just hold the front of the shoulder. Imagine you have a weight in your right hand and just start to circle the right arm forward. And go back for 4 circles. And forward again. And back. And then switch the legs around. So the right foot is in front. And again, left arm, imagine you're holding a 5-pound weight in your hand to get a little bit more momentum. And then change directions. And again, forward and back. And then drop the arm down. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart again. Raise your arms over the head. Take hold of the opposite elbows. You can even hold a little bit closer to the shoulders. Now bend to the left. Come up, go to the right. Really stretch the side body. Try not to make wrinkles in the underside. Go back to the left. Go to the right. Come back up and just make little circles with your head and your shoulders and your neck. And then maybe start to bring your chest and your upper back a little bit more into the movement. And then switch the direction again, just little circles at first with just the head and the shoulders. And then eventually making the circles a little bit larger with your chest and your upper back coming into the movement. Keep the arms by the ears. Good. And release. Bring the arms down here. Shake out the wrists. And then up and down. Good. Now, arms by sides of the body. Keep your arms heavy and loose and just jump up and down. Ensure the feet leave the ground. Jump as high as you can to get a little bit of heat building. Go in circles. Be like a child, be playful. Other direction. On the right foot. And if you want, in circles on your right foot. And change feet, left foot, in circles. And back down. Good. Now stand again, tall like a mountain. Close the eyes again. Always bring the attention back to the heart. Inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Imagine you're always pulling God down to the heart, always within. So now stand with your index fingers, your middle fingers together at the height of the shoulders, and then jump your feet apart. Good. Turn to the left for Veerabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Sink down to the seat, shoulders down, come into the warrior consciousness. Look over your left fingertips. Stay strong and steady. If you're more flexible, you can lower your seats a little bit. Try to get your knee close, your right knee close to the ground. If you sweep your right hand down, you might be able to touch the floor with your fingertips. Be strong and determined, exude determination. Now press into the front foot. Come back to the center, fingertips together. And then go to the other side. Open up to the right. Sweep the arms out. Get nice and low. Turn your knee out a little bit, your right knee. And as you see fit, try to go a little bit lower. Shoulders down. Good. Try to have your fingertips level with one another. Take on the consciousness of the warrior again. Be the warrior in all respects. Now really press into your feet, engage your core, press the front leg straight, turn back to the front, and from here, jump or walk your feet back together. Again, standing tall in Tadasana. Close your eyes from the heart. Inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Back down to the heart. Like a mountain, remain unshakable, unmovable in your devotion to service to all beings. Now we're going to come down onto our backs. Lie down on the ground for a moment, gently. Breathe in, breathe out, remove all fatigue. We're going to move right into Halasana from here. So we're going to press down into the arms at your side, alongside the body. Raise your legs up. As your feet come up, push into your arms, lift your seat, and keep pushing into your arms until your feet come over your head more. So then your knees are going to be close to your shoulders on either side of the head. Walk your hands in a little bit, move your arms behind your back. So you can take your hands to your lower back. And you can just stay like this with your knees just dangling close to the shoulders. If you want, you can go a little more in active position by extending your feet out and trying to join your wrists together, your hands together behind your back. Just most important, close the eyes and go within. Take your attention to the space between the eyebrows, the seat of divine perception. They say if you concentrate on this space, 100% of your devotion to God and your concentration on God, this will trigger divine bliss. Leave the body by itself, ensure that it's comfortable. Then roll your way back down slowly, gracefully. Take your hands behind your back again to support your descent. Allow your thighs to come down on your belly and then back down to the ground. Rest in Shavasana for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all tension. So now we're going to go into Chavengasana. You can enter the same way. You can start in Plow Pose. So again, push into your arms. Send your feet back over your head. And see if you can move your hands together. Join your hands together behind your back. See if you can get your shoulders back a little bit more. Bring your hands to your lower back. You can come up one or both legs at a time. If it's too much, you bring your legs straight up over your chin. You can just keep your legs a little bit lower so your feet are a little bit further beyond your head. Just support your back with your hands. Come into the position that's comfortable. If you have more advanced practice, you can go into the full shoulder stand or even a lotus. So do other variations as you see fit according to your condition. And just stay here again. Ensure the body is steady and comfortable. Close the eyes. Everything stops, so you're frozen in time. All movements of the physical body and maybe even the mental activity stops as well. Eventually, you tap into the consciousness of the pose. When you become one with the pose, when you merge with the divine essence within each being, then the pose becomes easier. You can meditate in any pose whatever it is. Merge with all forms. And now get ready to descend. So you can bring your feet a little bit further over your head like you're doing plow, but then roll down. Again, using your arms to support your body as the seat comes down and the legs come down to the ground. Try to come down slowly, no jerks, no fast, hard landings. Once the legs are on the ground again, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue, relax. Now, slide your feet in closer to your seat. Lift your seat and just move your hands underneath it. Your thumbs and your index fingers tips touching, and then just lower your seat down onto your wrists. Extend your legs again and pushing into your lower arms. Push your chest up away from the ground. So you're arching the back, and then tip your head back. See if you can get your top of the head to the ground. If it doesn't touch down, if it's too hard to keep your head hanging there, you can place a block underneath your head if you need to. Again, if you're more advanced, you can do other variations. You can raise your legs if you like 12 inches off the mat. Push your chest up. Now again, stay still. Imagine you're beaming love out of your heart to all beings everywhere. You want to try to get your chest up as high as possible so as to have more reach. Excuse me. And break the pose. Relax on your back for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue again. Relax. Excuse me. Sorry. Now from here, come back to seated position. Any which way you like to make your way up in a way that's comfortable for you. So we're going to come to standing now. Slide your feet in close to your seat. Push into your fingertips beside your seat. If you can, lean forward a little bit, shoulders to the knees, and lift your seat. Walk your hands close to the feet, and then raise your seat up. If that was too hard, just make your way up to any which way is comfortable for you. Uttanasana. So now you can bring your hands on the backs of the legs, close to the ankles. Rest your belly on your thighs. And then from here, see if you can just keep pushing your body against your legs. So as you're more flexible, you can start to straighten your legs, lifting the seat a little bit more. Feel stretching the backs of the legs. And then see if you can get your forehead to come to the shins if your legs are straight. Again, keep your belly with your thighs. So if you need to bend your knees, keep your knees bent. Allow the gravity to just pull your body down. Imagine the top of the head coming to rest right on top of your feet. You can hold your opposite elbows behind your knees if you like. Pull yourself close. And go inward again. Every pose is an opportunity to connect with those divine qualities of whatever you're representing. One more inhale, lift the seat a little bit more, feel stretch in the back of the legs, telescope your chest down. Exhale, close the gap between your chest and your thighs. In the exhale, walk your hands forward in front of your feet. Bring your feet back into plank position and lower down onto your belly. You can lower your knees down first and come down. Bring your arms in front. Stack one hand on top of the other to form a pillow and rest your forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just allow your chest to sink into the ground. Feel heavy. Then lift your head. Cobra. So if you're feeling like you're not a little bit restricted in your back movement, you can take hold of the front edges of the mat, pull on your mat as though you're trying to stretch the mat. Keep your arms, your forearms anchored down, lift the chest, and keep tugging on your mat. So keep your hips and your legs heavy and keep on trying to move your chest forward to create a little bit more space in the lower back. So you can stay like this the whole time. If you feel comfortable, you can lift your elbows up off the mat, start to curve your spine a little bit more. Bring your chest up, your head back. If you feel you can go further, you can start to slide your hands further back towards your body. Keep your inner feet together, at least the big toes, to form the tail of a snake. And then try to lift your head up a little bit more. Just going deeper and deeper as your body allows. Sink the shoulders down. Good. Make sure you don't jam up the neck. Keep the neck telescoping out of the shoulders, nice and long. Open heart. And start to lower down slowly, coming back to the resting position with your forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften everything. Once again, Bhujangasana. Make your way into the pose. You can repeat the same one, or you can just come right up when you're ready to your full expression of Cobra. Imagine being in the body of a cobra. Imagine having that boundless range of motion. If you're more advanced, you can, of course, do other variations if you like. Make it an offering. That's the most important. Good. Everything says, this is for you, God. An offering to God, all the benefits go automatically out to everybody. Lower down, slowly come back, forehead resting on hands. Breathe in, exhale, relax everything. Now, Dhanurasana. You bring both feet up towards the seat. If you can, you hold on to the ankles. The feet tend to be slippery. So if you can, hold closer to, hold the ankles, the lower legs, and flex your feet here. So inhale, lift the chest, push the hands back the feet back into your hands as though you're trying to get your feet as far away from your head as possible. You can stay here like this with your thighs on the ground. If you're a little bit stronger, you can tug on your feet and try to get your legs up higher, your thighs up off the mat. If you're having trouble with this, you can always roll onto the right side and just stay with one side glued to the ground. So your thighs and your arms are still parallel. Okay, so that's also an option. Take your feet up a little bit higher, make your body look like the letter U. Stay a little bit longer if you can. Keep on breathing, don't hold the breath. Breathe. And pull the heels towards the seat. Release. Rest. Inhale, fill yourself up. Imagine light and energy coming into the pores of the skin, pouring into the body. Exhale, feel it coursing all the way throughout. Feel recharged, rejuvenated. One more time. Dhanurasana. Pick up the feet, hold the ankles. You can, if you rolled on one side, roll onto the other side now. Otherwise, lift your chest, bring your feet, lift your chest and see if you can kick into your feet to try to get your legs up. If you want, you can rock a little bit. It's good for the digestive organs. Just watch the body moving by itself. Be like the witness. So let's pull up a little bit higher if you can. And release. Pull the heels towards the seat again and relax. Let go of the feet. Rest your head on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften everything. Now, bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Press up into table position. And then walk your hands back until you're sitting on your heels. And bring your legs out in front. Bench pose. So your feet are a little bit in front of your seat. Feet are about the width of the hips. Your hands behind your body, your seat, your fingers facing away is a little bit easier on your wrists. If it's too much, however, if you need the extra support, you can bring your hands with your fingers facing in. But traditionally, we do with your fingers facing the other way. So now from here, if you can, push into your hands and lift your hips up. Try not to sag. You don't want to look like an old couch. You want to look like a strong bench from the shoulders to the knees, straight line, and see if you can push your chest up higher. If it's too uncomfortable for your neck, you can keep your chin tucked in. Otherwise, allow the head to fall back. Good. Now, if you feel still powerful, breathe very fast in the nose like a sniffing dog. If it becomes too much, you can lower your seat on the ground, of course. Keep going otherwise. Now tuck the chin in, press into your hands, and lower the seat down again. Not a big heavy landing of the seat. Pull the heels in close to the body, hug your body to the legs and legs to the body. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath just for a moment. Close the eyes and bring the attention to the space between the eyebrows. All the attention there. Everything stops. Exhale, slowly allow the breath to leak out. Do it in a controlled way so it doesn't feel like a big explosion out of the body. Good. Now cross your ankles, come onto all fours, and bring the right foot forward, coming into a twist now. Parivritta Parsvakonasana. Bend the toes under on the back foot. So do it this way, actually, so you can see. So you can take the right hand to your hip and bring the left hand to the outside the knee. And you can stay like this, or if you can bring your hand to the seat. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to the right. So you're looking over your right shoulder. As a final twist, we go to the right first. Usually when you're doing in a practice, you usually see us going to the left first, but since we're ending with a twist, we go to the right. Of course, you have the other variations. Go ahead. If you want to go deeper and bring your elbow down to the outside of the knee, you're free to. Otherwise, you can just stay upright like this. If you want to go deeper, you slide your left elbow to the outside of the knee. Your armpit is sitting on the outside of the leg. Bring your right hand to the left. You can form a fist or hand to Anjali Mudra and push down into your left hand with your right. Pull the belly up over the thigh and then roll the right shoulder all the way back as much as you can. Bring the seat back, the head forward to lengthen the spine first, and exhale, twist a little bit more. Try to get your chest and face to look up. Good. Just try to feel this spiral going all the way from the base of the spine right up to the base of the brain. Then from here, release. Go to the other side. Switch your legs around. Your left leg is in front, bend the toes under the back leg. The legs should look like a box, 90 degrees. Left hand on your left hip, push down into your hip if you're doing this version, or your hand on the seat, you have a little bit more mobility. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lift through the chest, push the lower back in, and then turn to the left. You can stay here if you like, or you can move deeper. Lean forward. Bring the right arm all the way down so the elbows below the knee. So the armpit is sitting on the outside of the knee. And then your hands can come together, left hand to the right, or fist in the hand. Push the hands down as you bring your chest forward to meet the thumbs, and then roll the left shoulder all the way back. Try to feel as though and look as though you're lying on your back, your body level with the front leg. Beautiful, everybody. Just do your best, that's most important. Good, push your chest forward a little bit, open up the shoulders. That's it. Now break the pose and come down onto your back for Shavasana. Lie down. And just tap into the great benefits of Shavasana, which is the best antidote for removing impurities. Now, surrender to complete relaxation. Take your attention to the left foot first. Allow all the toes to go limp. The bottom of the foot, the heel, the top of the foot, the whole foot just relaxed completely. Just flimsily hanging off the ankle. The lower leg, release all the muscles, feel as though the muscles dissolved, became heavy. Going up through the knee, which is completely inactive, no sensation coming from the knee, and up into the upper thigh, into the thigh region. Relax all the muscles in that part of the leg. All the muscles just removed of all their strength. So the leg feels heavy, sinking into the ground. Right foot now. Release all the toes first, allow them to go limp, lifeless. Bottom of the foot and heel, and the top of the foot soft, no tension. The ankle loose, so the foot just hangs off of it flimsily. Lower leg, heavy. All the muscles as though they were dissolved. The knee joint, just like an open gate for the signal to pass through to the upper leg, to release those muscles as well. Eventually, the whole leg feels heavy as cement. All the muscles and the skin just hanging off the bones. The pelvis sinking down heavily. The whole lower body anchored. Left hand now. All the fingers, relax them. Allow them to go limp and lifeless. The back of the hand and the palm soft. The wrist loose. Lower arm relaxed. Up through the elbow, which again is also inactive, into the upper arm and right up to the shoulder. Whole arm feels heavy, dead-like, just hanging off the shoulder alongside the body, lifelessly. The right hand now. Release all the fingers. The back of the hand, the palm soft, the wrist very loose. Lower arm. Release all the muscles. Feel as though that signal now is passing all the way up through, right up to the shoulder, through the elbow, which is just like an open gate again. Upper arm becomes heavy as well as you relax those muscles. whole arm like dead weight, the shoulder completely loose like the other one, no discomfort, no tightness in the shoulders. Across the upper back, start to sink that upper back down into the mat, feel it heavy. And then the rest of the back gets heavy as well, starts to sink down as well. Imagine there was a big lead blanket just resting on the inside of the body, on the back, causing the back to just melt and sink into the ground all the way throughout the back body. The abdomen is soft and loose, no tension, no tightness or feeling of discomfort. The chest is light. Imagine it, the front wall of the chest so thin they can feel every breath as the chest rises. Delicate, nice and light. The rest of the organs, however, sinking down along with the back. The lungs, the heart, kidneys, stomach, etc. Feel as though they were filled with sand and they became sluggish and heavy. Could hardly even sustain their functions. They just sink down. Everything becomes still. And the neck all the way around the head, relaxed. Back of the head sinking down, heavy on the ground. All of the features of the face reflect complete softness, tranquility, serenity. No anxiousness reflected in the forehead by etched lines in the forehead. No squinting of the eyes or closing, constricting of the throat or clenching of the teeth. Everything relaxed. So that eventually the brain can come to a resting spot as well. Quiet. And in that quietness, merge with God. Be one with God. Now continue to see God in all beings. So it becomes absolutely unthinkable to have anything but unconditional love for all beings. We cultivate it through the invitation of forms through this practice. And now let's carry it out into our daily lives. So prepare now to come back to seated position. Moving slowly and gently, make your way back up. Sit tall and supreme. Bring your attention now to the crown. We'll do the sound sum 2 times. With each time, really concentrate on the vibrations produced by the M part of the sound. And this will also help to sharpen the mind, to keep it clear. So take a deep breath in. Sum. Once again, inhale, concentrate on the crown and the vibrations produced by the M part, the sound. Sum. Now, with your clear, sharp mind, picture an Om symbol sitting in the darkness behind the forehead. So you had a big movie screen sitting inside of your forehead, behind your forehead in the brow center. Picture that Om symbol very vividly, a big golden Om, resonating with all the sounds and tones and vibrations of the universe. Feel it resonating within. Immerse yourself in those sounds, colors, and vibrations, and remain as such. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. So I'm just going to stop recording. Actually, I'm just going to pause. Okay. So welcome back, everybody. So we'll be doing the extended version this time. So this is if you want to, you have a little bit more time and you want to do a little bit more of a little bit of a longer practice, but the structure is pretty much the same as we did before, except we just do a few postures a few more times. Okay, so we'll do that. And thank you so much for coming, for your interest, and for being receptive. So let's begin. So let's begin as always. Seated tall, supreme. Close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Before creation and beyond the ends of the universe, there was and always will be God in the midst of it all, attuned to that supreme consciousness that resides in the hearts of all beings and everywhere. Imagine, therefore, you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May the Lord bestow upon us the fruits of knowledge, and may God guide us and protect us through the practice. May we have a strong desire for liberation from our ignorance that binds us to pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So let's begin. Let's come to standing, and we'll start with a few warm-ups, okay? So let's come to standing. Let's just start off with the hands in front of the heart center. Close the eyes From the heart space, breathe up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Once again, from the heart to the third eye, breathe in. Watch the breath move up to that point. Seat to divine perception. Exhale back down to the heart. Now remain establishing that heart source all throughout, that source of love. Release the arms. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart. Imagine your arms are like heavy ropes. And then just start to turn from side to side. Try to turn all the way around. Really work your waist. Nice graceful movements. And then start to move a little bit faster. So start to move the shoulders, shape the shoulders. So the arms still feel dead. Just hitting the body any which way. Just go as fast as you feel comfortable. And then start to slow it down. And then come to stillness. Plant the hands on the hips and then start to roll the head in circles. Shoulders away from the ears. Move the head in all directions. Try to see the floor in every direction as you take your head around. And then switch the rotation direction. Go the other way. Try to bring your ears all the way to the shoulders, the chin on the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. Good. And release here. Now stand in a diagonal stance with your left foot in front, a little bit of distance between your feet. Imagine you're holding a 2-pound weight in your hand. If you have trouble with your shoulder, you can always support with your left hand. Just bring your hand to just like the shoulder head, and then just start to spin the right arm forward. And then go backwards. The arm should feel heavy. Go forward again. And go back. Feel as though you're winding yourself up like a big machine. And then switch legs. The right foot in front, and then the left arm circles forward. And then back. And forward again. And back. And release. Stand again with your feet 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up. Take hold of your opposite elbows, and you can move your hands a little closer to the shoulders if you like. Bend to the left, bend to the right. Just keep switching sides. Get a nice stretch through the side body. Come back to the center, go back and forth. So push your chest up towards the sky, come forward, bring your chin down to your chest, around your back. Inhale, arch, and down, round, and back, and forward. Come back to the center, and then just go from side to side very fast. And release. Bring the arms down. Shake out the wrists. Loosen up your wrists completely. Move the fingers very rapidly, like you're shaking water off your hands. And then up and down. Good. Now bring your feet together, arms by sides of your body, just nice and loose. Just jump up and down. Jump very high. Try to get your feet to come right up off the ground, all parts of the feet. Beautiful. Good. And then jump in circles. And then the other way. On the right foot now. Left foot. Good. And release. So just come back, standing tall like a mountain. From the heart again, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Inhale again from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows, the seat of divine perception. Exhale down. Feel the whole body surrendering and relaxing. Ready for practice. Ready for this divine practice of offering. Bring your index, your fingers together, touching the middle fingertips together at the height of the shoulders. Bend your knees a little bit and then jump your feet apart. Good. You can turn sideways if you like, so you're still on the mat. We're going to go into Veerabhadrasana 2. Turn to your left and sink down. So get nice and low, come into the consciousness of a warrior now. Gaze over the front hand, reflect determination, leadership, and power. Be still. Good. Press into the front foot to straighten the leg. Bring your fingertips back together and then open up to the other side. Turn to the right, go down. Turn your knee out, make sure your knee's not popping in. Nice straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Relax the shoulders, neck stays long. Gaze over the front hand and be determined again. Come into the consciousness of a warrior. Never hesitating to do their duty. Always ready to serve. Stay in that mindset of service as well. Now straighten front leg by pressing the front foot. Come back to the center again. Index fingers together. And then open up to the left again. Maybe go a little bit deeper this time. Get your seat a little bit lower. Sweep the right arm down. See if your fingertips will touch the ground. If it's too much, then don't worry about it. Just go where you can find steadiness. But still find a balance between effort and surrender. So you just try to do your best, but not to the point where you're coming into a place of pain or anxiety. This is not what you want to transmit. Now, press into the front foot to straighten. Back to the middle again, fingertips together. Open up to the final time to the right. Can lean forward a little bit, give a little bit of sense of purpose, or show a little sense of purpose. Now press into the front foot to straighten. Turn to alongside the mat again. Bend your knees. Jump your feet back together. Close your eyes. Once again, inhale from this heart center up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in love. Once again, inhale from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows. Send your love up there. Exhale back down, but keep your love up there. Make it available to all beings. Just love to imagine it circulating everywhere, going out to all beings. Now make your way onto your back. Slowly lie down. Just rest in Savasana for a moment. Breathe in through the skin. Imagine light and energy coming into the pores of the skin. Exhale, send it all the way throughout the body. Feel rejuvenated and recharged. Halasana. Bring your arms beside your body and then bring your legs up. Push into your hands to lift your seat and then send your feet all the way over behind your head. You can just walk your shoulders in a little bit closer. Try to get your hands to come together behind your back. And then just rest your hands on your lower back. Push into your lower back. And you can just stay here if you like, with your knees close, dangling close to your shoulders. If you want a more active position, you can extend your legs straight. Try to pull your feet as far away from your head as possible. Your seat is over the shoulders. If you want to go deeper, you can also bring your thighs down by your onto your belly, your knees beside your head, your knees beside your ears, and go deeper within.
Just now, bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Try to keep your focus there. Picture an Om symbol, golden and shining. Feel it resonating with all the sounds and tones and vibrations of the universe. Feel it resonating within. It's important to cultivate your imagination to make more and more available for you to realize. Slowly roll down. So put your hands behind your back and just gracefully come back down. Try not to come down with heavily. Keep controlled all the way down. When the legs come down, relax for a moment, breathe in, breathe out, relax everything. Okay, so now we're going to do it again, but coming into Chavengasana this time. So roll back again into Plow Pose. And then again, move your shoulders closer to one another by trying to bring your hands together, your wrists together behind your back, trying to interlace your fingers. And then try to move your seat right over your shoulders. Then bring your hands to your lower back, fingers facing up, and you can bring one or both legs up at the same, both legs up at the same time if you like, coming into Chavengasana. In a full pose, your toes are over your shoulders. If it's too much, you just can have a little bit, come a little bit lower. Your seat resting your hands, your legs are just at a comfortable height. Maybe they're a little bit beyond your head, bent a little bit at an angle. If you know other variations, go ahead. If you have a lotus, if you want to go into a lotus shoulder stand, you may. Choose the pose according to your condition. And once you find a steady pose, just leave it alone in stillness. Bring again your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Merge with the form. When you tap into the consciousness of the pose, and you try to be one with the form, eventually find the ease and the ability to stay. You become as though it was your own body. Now, getting ready to come down. So bring your legs a little bit over your head. Press your arms into the ground and gently lower down. Slowly. And once your legs are down on the ground, again, rest. Take your arms out from underneath. Breathe in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Let go of all effort. Now bring your feet closer to the seat. Coming into fish. Lift up your seat and slip your hands underneath your seat. Your index tips and your thumb tips touching. And then lower your seat back down so you're sitting on your wrists. Extend your legs forward. Now push into lower arms. Push your chest up. So your back is arched, your chest is the highest point. As you drop your head back, top of the head comes down on the ground. Not too much pressure on the head, more on the arms and the seat and the legs. Now try to push your chest up as high as you can, as though you're trying to beam love out of your heart. The higher you bring your chest, the more reach you have, the more people will be reached by your love. Imagine that your heart is becoming very high. If you want to go into more active pose, you can raise your legs 12 inches off the mat if you like. Charge your legs if you're doing that version. And then lower down, relax. Breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. We're going to do that sequence of 3 all over again. This represents just a little bit of we do these poses together. So start off first in Plow Pose. Bring your hands behind your back and lift your seat up. Try to bring your feet behind your head. Again, your feet don't have to, if you don't touch the ground, it's okay, no big deal. Just allow your knees to dangle close to your shoulders, your feet where they are. Bring your hands to your lower back. If you push a little bit more on your lower back, your feet might eventually come to the ground. And then you can stay with your thighs against your belly for this one if you like. You try to squeeze your knees by the ears to allow yourself to go deeper within. Shut out all the inputs coming in through the sense organs. Or if you want to extend your legs straight out, that's okay too. Try again to keep your attention at the space between the eyebrows. Once again, picture the Om symbol there. Feel it just vibrating within, resonating, and just listen to those beautiful vibrations and tones of Om. There are an infinite amount of vibrations, sounds, and colors in that mantra. Lose yourself in them. Good, now from here, you can bring your hands to your lower back. If you feel comfortable, you can come right into shoulder stand from here. So you can raise one leg up and then the other. Eventually have it so that your toes are in the same line with your chin. So you want to move your elbows and you can try to have your arms all the way behind your back to get more height. Again, if it's too much, you just back up down a little bit, lower your seat a little bit, and just have your legs at about 45 degrees or so. Keep your attention on the space between the eyebrows. In every pose, you keep on practicing to control the mind, make it one-pointed. If you can bring 100% of your attention to Trikuti, the seat of divine perception, and think of God, this will eventually trigger divine bliss. Keep practicing to try to find that bliss. Now we're going to try a different type of landing here to come into bridge, not to bridge, to fish. So place your hands behind your back, your thumbs and your index fingers touching, and slowly lower your back down onto towards the ground. Eventually you're landing your seat on your wrists. Don't let your feet come all the way to the ground. Keep your legs up. And then once your seat is on the hands, bring your legs a little bit lower, about halfway down, 45 degrees or so. Push into the elbows and lift your back up off the ground. So it looks like a letter V. Good. So just stay for a moment, just work your core a little bit. And then from here, keep your chest high and bring the top head to the ground. Now you can stay here like this, or if you need to, you lower your legs down if it's too much. But you stay with your chest elevated like this again. Bring your love out to all beings, send it out in all directions. If you have more flexibility, try to push into your hands a little bit, try to get your head closer to your seat. And this will make a more pronounced back bend. Always according to your condition. Don't force yourself to a place where it's painful, where it brings you a state of anxiety and distress.
Think about what you're transcending out to all beings. This is not what you want to send out. Break the pose, come out of it gently. Rest on your back again, Shavasana. Inhale. Exhale, imagine like you're fainting. Let go of all fatigue. All right. So now bring your knees in towards your chest. Take hold of the backs of the knees and just rock back and forth until you find your way up into seated position. You can do this a few times if you like. Once you're back up into seated position, we're going to come to standing. So place your fingertips a little bit beside your hips on the other side of the mat. Lean forward, rounding your back, and then push your seat up if you can. And walk your hands closer beside your feet. And if you can, just lift your seat. I'm going to stay down here for Uttanasana. So just allow your belly to come onto your thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need to keep your belly on your thighs. And here you can just place your hands on your the backs of your legs, close to the ankles. Keep pushing your body in towards your legs. And then allow the head to come towards the ground. If you're very flexible, maybe the seat will come directly over the heels, your legs will straighten. And just keep imagining, trying to telescope your chest down further beyond your knees. Visualize the top of the head resting on your feet. Allow gravity to pull you down deeper into the pose. Imagine the spine lengthening. Just feel heavy. Beautiful. You can take other expressions of the pose. If it helps to keep your body tighter against the legs, you can take hold of your opposite elbows behind your legs. Just draw your body right against your legs, your face to the shins if your legs are straight. And then from here, start to make your way up. So place your hands on the tops of your thighs and push your way all the way up. Straight up. Stand tall like a mountain here. Let's breathe from the solar plexus, the navel, up to the space between the eyebrows. Your navel is your chakra, is your source of power. Inhale all the way up to the space between the eyebrows. Make your power available to all beings to tap into. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Remain established in your power. Now here, hinge at the hips again. Bend forward, bring your hands down onto the ground. In plank, we go. Take your feet back in plank. And just lower down onto your belly. You can lower down one piece at a time or bring your knees down to make it easier to make your way down. And once you're down, just bring your arms forward, rest one hand on top of the other, and rest your forehead on top of your hands. Breathe in, breathe out, soften everything. Now keep your lower body anchored down from the hips down, the tops of the feet as well, into Cobra. So starting off easy, you can take hold of the top edge of the mat and pull as though you're trying to stretch the mat. And bring your chest up as you keep on tugging your mat forward, anchor down through the feet to keep reaching the toes back, big toes together, inner feet together if you can as well, the heels. And then keep pushing your chest forward. Imagine trying to create space in your lower back by pushing your chest away from your seat. And if this is where your limit is, you stay here. If you want, you lift your elbows up, start to curve the spine, bring your chin up, your head back. Make sure you don't lose your shoulders, keep your neck long. Think of a snake as it's just graceful line, graceful curves, no wrinkles anywhere along the body. The back of the neck or the lower back, smooth. Now see if you can slide your hands closer. One hand's length at a time, perhaps. Come up a little bit higher, again according to your condition. Feel like you're in the body of a snake. one growing taller and taller, maybe coming even closer. Keep a little bit of a bend in the elbows, soft shoulders, long neck, no jamming up the neck between the ears and the shoulders. And slowly make your way down, push into your hands, control your descent, don't just fall down heavily. Again, rest your forehead on your hands, breathe in, breathe out all fatigue, relax. Just allow your chest to sink into the ground. One more time, Cobra. So you can go into it any which way you like now, and you can begin. Roll the shoulders back and start. Remember, you have all those different modifications that you can take. Now imagine you have the boundless range of motion of a serpent. Pull your shoulders back, make your chest wide, just like the wings on the sides of the head of the cobra. Make yourself look like a cobra. Copy it physically. Copy it mentally as well. Be wise like the serpent, as they say. And when you keep on think of every form as your teacher at any given point, and you're obedient to that teacher, then the teacher is willing to share with you all the tricks and connect psychically with the serpent, and you become the serpent. Lower down slowly. Rest your forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Dhanurasana. Bring the feet up close to the seat. Take hold of your ankles. Try to hold the ankles as opposed to the feet. The toes are sometimes slippery, so you hold lower. Just below the ankles. Flex your feet, and then lift your chest. Take half breath in, lift your chest up. Push your ankles away from your shoulders. Try to get your heels on top of on the same line as your knees. You can stay here if you like. If this is too much, you can just roll onto your right side. And so your right edge is on the ground and your thighs are still parallel, your chest, your shoulders are too. Okay, so you can do that version. If you feel comfortable, however, tug on your legs, try to bring your thighs up off the mat. Dhanurasana. Make yourself look like the capital letter U. Pull the shoulders back, make sure you breathe. Push up through the feet, the heels, and the base of the toes, and the toes are flexed. Offer it up. That's the most important thing. That's what transforms you in your practice. Come out of a selfish place and into a selfless place. You're offering everything up to everybody. That's when you start to shift into the higher realms of yoga. Good. Now pull the heels towards the seat and lower down. Relax. Forehead on the hands. If you like, you can just wiggle your hips around a little bit. Roll from side to side a little bit. Just try to feel as though your snake shaking itself out of its old skin. All right, one more time. Bring your knees, bring your heels up towards the seat. Take hold of the ankles. Again, you have the option of just lifting your chest, keeping your thighs on the ground. Just try to get your heels over your knees, same line. Or you can roll onto your left side this time. If you did that version, do this on the other side. Otherwise, come all the way up. Look up, maybe go a little bit deeper. If you're warmer, look up, you might be able to see your toes. Keep pulling your legs up. If you want, you can also rock on your belly, back and forth. Massage the organs, the digestive system. And then come up again. Offer it up again. Say, this is for you, God. Should grant me higher devotion.
And then pull the heels back in towards the seat and release. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. One more time. The more you repeat and the longer you hold the poses, the more progress you make rapidly. Take hold of your ankles again and inhale one last time. Come up any version you like. If you have other variations, if you're more advanced, you can try those. So Dharma says, you have to keep on challenging yourself, keep trying, hold the poses longer, repeat them. Otherwise, in 20 years, you're still in the same place as you were today. So you just keep on trying. Beautiful, everybody. Lower down, relax. Forehead on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, place your hands underneath the shoulders. Press your way up into table position. And then bring your seats back onto your heels. Roll your way up. And take your legs out in front. We're doing bench pose now. So you bring your feet a little bit in front of the knees. Your feet are hip width apart, not right together. Okay, so at least hip width. And then bring your hands behind you with your fingers facing away. That's how we usually teach it. Some people prefer to have their hands spun the other way, with your fingers facing towards you, but it might be a little bit harder on the wrists. This way, we open the shoulders up a little bit more too, with your hands facing away, your fingers facing away. Now, from here, press into your hands, push your seat up. Try not to sag like this. This is going to look like an old couch. Push your hips up so your knees and shoulders and your hips are in the same line. And if it feels okay, allow your head to drop back. So stretch from the shoulders to the knees. Really engage your buttocks. Pull them in, tight. Tighten them up. The pose. Work the core. Good. If you need to, you can lower your seat if you need to, or you can keep your seat down the ground the whole time. Just push your chest up if it's too much on your wrists. Now tuck your chin down in and lower down. Keep your arms strong so you can come down with control. Pull your legs closer to the body. Hug your legs to the chest. Inhale from the heart again up to the space between the eyebrows. Hold the breath. Everything stops. All the attention at the space between the eyebrows. Keep it there. Your attention is like a magnet, draws all the prana there. All the vital force. Slowly exhale with control. Allow the breath out to leak out like a steady stream. Once again, move into position for bench pose. Slide your feet out a little bit and press up. Make sure again that you're not sagging down through the hips. It's going to feel heavier. It's going to actually be harder if you don't lift your hips. Allow your head to go back, and again, if you like, you can go back, streak a breath. So breathe very fast in the nose like a sniffy dog, generate even more heat. Tuck the chin in and lower the seat. Pull your feet in towards you again. Breathe in from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows. Hold the breath. Everything stops. Imagine you're frozen in time. All the attention to the space between the eyebrows. Slowly exhale now, letting the breath out gradually. Now coming into a twist. Cross the ankles, come forward, bring hands on the ground from the knees, and then from here I'm coming into genuflect. Bring the right foot forward and come upright.
Going to the right first, since this is a final twist. Bend the toes under on the back foot, push into the base of the toes. So your legs, the right knee is directly over the heel. I can take your right hand to your hip and roll the hip down, left hand to the outside of the knee. Inhale, lift through the chest, turn to look over your right shoulder. If you have more mobility, you can take your hand to your seat, push into seat, pull down at the same time. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, keep pushing the knee towards your left as you turn to your right. Feel the twist going all the way, starting from the base of the spine right up. Visualize the spiraling action of the spine. Now, if you want to go deeper, you can go into Parivita Konasana. Look forward, left arm up, and then bring the arm down. So if the armpit is sitting on the outside of the knee, your elbow is just in the space underneath the knee. Right hand pushes into your left. A fist is a little bit easier. Push the fist or the hand down into your left hand, raise the belly up over the thigh, and start to roll the right shoulder all the way back. Try to get the center of the chest to come to your thumbs. So you're moving with a Cobra consciousness. Bring your chest up. Eventually your right shoulder is on the same line as the left shoulder. It looks like you're lying on your back almost, right beside your leg. Good. Right hip back, head forward a little bit more. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, exhale. Go a little bit deeper. Roll a little bit more. Chest and face turned up. Then return, coming back. And then go on the other side. So change your feet around. Do it in this orientation so you can see. Another is from another angle. Bend the toes under the back foot. Right hand to the outside, left knee, left hand, either on the hip again. Use hand to roll the left side hip down so that both sides of the body are even. Or hand on the seat if you prefer, and if you have more mobility. Inhale, lift to the chest. Exhale, turn to your left, look over your left shoulder. Keep your chest wide. Keep your heart lifted. Now you may stay here if this is already you're already at your edge, or come forward, go a little bit deeper. Right arm up, bring the elbow down to the outside of the thigh. Armpit again is sitting against the outside of the knee. Left hand either in a fist pushing to the right hand, or hands in Anjali Mudra. And then push your left hand down to the right, so your hand should be at the height of the chest, not near the shoulder. You have to keep on bringing your body up. And bring the center of the chest right to the thumbs and start to roll the left shoulder back. Pull the left hip back, extend to the crown, and then go a little bit deeper. Turn your whole chest and face up to meet the ceiling or towards the ceiling. Good. Beautiful, everybody. And then slowly make your way out. Lie on your back now. Come down. Getting ready for Shavasana. Try to make your way into a comfortable position that you can stay still in. And Shavasana is the best antidote for removing impurities. So imagine through this process that you're letting go of all the physical, mental, and emotional barriers that prevent you from being fully receptive to all the incoming gifts. And the more you offer of yourself in your practice, in all your day-to-day activities, the more available you make yourself to receiving, the more you will receive. And the more you receive, the more you have to give. So it's always a continuous circle of offering. So now close your eyes. Allow you to surrender a little bit more to relaxation through this guided practice, active form of meditation. Bring your attention first to the left foot. Relax the toes, allow them to go limp. The heel and the bottom of the foot soften. Top of the foot completely relaxed, no tension. The ankle is loose, so the foot just hangs off of it flimsily, off to the left. And the lower leg now. Relax all the muscles. Feel the muscles just being removed, relieved of all its strength. So the leg, the muscle becomes just like a soft mass, the tissue just hanging off the bone. No useful purpose. Send that signal through the knee, which is just like an open gateway to allow it to pass. And as it goes up the left thigh, release all the muscles in that left thigh, upper leg. Feel it becoming heavy. Feel the whole leg dropping and sinking due to its weight. The right foot now. Start by bringing your attention to the toes, relaxing the toes. Allow them to go limp, lifeless. Bottom of the foot and heel are soft. The top of the foot, the instep that is, also relaxed. No tension, no tightness. The ankle is completely loose. Allow the foot to just hang off of it flimsily. The lower leg relaxed. All the muscles drained of all their strength, so they just become heavy, falling into the ground. And then going up through the knee to the upper leg, relax all those muscles in that leg, the upper leg as well, feeling them very heavy indeed. Sinking, sagging. The whole leg feels like it's made of cement. So heavy. And then the hip joint, the pelvic region. Feel as though the bones in that hip joint, the pelvis, are made of lead. Incredibly heavy. Anchoring down the body, the lower leg just sinking down into the ground. Pull down into the earth. Now your left hand, relax all the fingers. Feel them just loosen, becoming dead-like, flimsy. The back of the hand, just like dead weight. Palm of the hand soft. Wrist loose. Lower arm. All the muscles feeling like jello, completely soft, unengaged. The arm feels heavy, the lower arm. And then you continue to go up the rest of the arm through the elbow, which is completely without sensation. And just like an open gateway, just allows a signal to pass through to the upper arm, to the shoulder, where those muscles can be directed also to relax. Allow the arm to get heavy. The shoulder just holding the arm down in its place. No tightness or restriction in the shoulder. Any discomfort that you feel that you might have felt, release it. Imagine it just falling into the ground, away from the body. And the right hand now. Release all the fingers, allow them to go limp. back of the hand, palm soft and then active. The wrist completely loose, the hand just hanging off of it as though by a thread, so loose. It's dropping out to the right. Then moving your way up the arm now into the lower arm. Relax all the muscles there. Feel as though they became dissolved, became completely soft and heavy. Moving up past the elbow into the upper arm and the shoulder. Relax all those muscles as well. Feeling that the shoulder is just anchoring down the arm, keeping it in place. The arm is just hanging off of it lifelessly. It's resting alongside the body like dead weight, serving no possible useful purpose. There's no strength left to do anything with that. Now, the top of the back, the top of the shoulders move towards the center of the back, and then just feel a heaviness spread all the way down the back and across the back. Feel the back getting extremely heavy and sinking into the ground. Feel as though they're a big steamroller just rolling its way down the back on the inside, pressing more weight into the back so that the back just sinks into the ground bit by bit, right down to the bottom of the back. Even the lower back, where you find the natural curves, arises in the body, flatten out as a result of the weight bearing down on it. The whole back sinking into the ground. The belly is soft and loose, no discomfort, no tightness. The chest is light, just floating up with the breath. Whenever the breath happens to come in, it inflates the chest as though the front chest of the wall was like a bubble. Chest is very light, almost weightless, so that you can just move with the breath easily. The rest of the organs, however, the heart, the lungs, the stomach, the intestines, the colon, liver, kidneys, everything, sinking down with the back, so they were filled with fluid, becoming so heavy and lethargic that they can't even keep up their function. And they eventually take pause. Eventually, not even the blood circulating, not even any of the nerves talking, rising up and down the spine, talking to the brain, everything from the neck down, dead-like. The neck all the way around is relaxed. Scalp all around the head, soft, relaxed. The head itself heavy, forming a hollow in the ground underneath where it sits. Forehead showing no signs of distress, it's completely smooth. The eyebrows undisturbed, just relaxed. The eyes also, no hardness, no squinting. Everything soft, relaxed. The nose and the cheeks as well. No tightness. And the mouth just slightly turned up, the corners turned up in a slight, very slight smile. No tension around the mouth, no clenching of the teeth or tension in the jaw, everything loose and relaxed. Tongue resting in its bed. Throat is relaxed. The brain now, between the ears, is quiet. Not having to deal with all the functions of the body. It has more time now, more opportunity to come into stillness. Just as yoga is a ceasing of the mind waves, the mind fluctuations. Imagine your brain in that state now, quiet, to make it more conducive, the mind, to all the possibilities that are open to you. Everything is possible through the practice, through cultivation of constant observance to God, to the ethical rules, to ahimsa, compassion. And the more you stay in this mindset of offering loving service through your practice and through your daily acts, thoughts, and words, the more that you make yourself available, receptive to realizing your own visions. So establish yourself in love and compassion. Establish yourself in God, for God is love and compassion. Prepare now to carry that into your day-to-day life, where the practice continues off the mat into your daily lives. So now prepare to come back to seated position, to prepare yourself for that mission. Awaken the body and make your way back. Sit tall and supreme once you arrive back in your seated position. Now, in order to be able to reach others, sometimes it helps to have a good imagination, lots of creativity. So now, in order to cultivate that imagination and creativity, we have to have a clear, sharp mind. This is a technique that helps with that. Concentrate on the crown. Bring your attention there while humming the sound sum, S-U-M. Concentrate on the vibrations produced by the latter part of the sound, the M part. And this is what helps to produce those vibrations to help sharpen the mind. So we'll do this 3 times. Inhale, exhale to sound of sum. Sum. Inhale again. Sum. One more time. Inhale. Keep your attention at the crown. Sum. Keep your attention there with your mind sharp and clear. Open up that space, that mind space. Take your attention there. Visualize again the Om symbol sitting there. Perhaps you can find another vision. Maybe it looks like an open sky, a blue sky, your Om, golden Om sitting right, floating in that sky. And just feel the vibrations coming from that Om. See all the colors. They're so subtle, Just imagine how that could be if it contained all the sounds and colors and vibrations of the universe. Imagine how that would look like, how that would sound like, how that would feel like if you were in the midst of all those vibrations. Attune to the Om now. Hear it, feel it, see it in your mind. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much again for joining me. Such a gift to have you with me to learn this.